back. Speaking of Spot Fest, my friend, this is my
God.
favorite Spot Fest in a while. We have to talk about Jack Perry being set on fire and Anarchy in
Okay.
the arena. I mean, this from Darby getting hit by a car, the scapegoat van that is now a character in our lives, the Elite going over, everything about this, my friends, the music playing, the final countdown bit. I thought, for as chaotic and as stupid as some of this stuff can be, I thought this was booked almost to perfection. Even to Darby doing his coffin drop off the scaffolding there to the beat of Final Countdown, right when like the chorus comes. It was so stupid, silly, fun, and everything that I enjoy about wrestling. I like being taken away. I like being, put me on a different stratosphere here and seeing all these characters interact the way they did. He was set on fire. And I know you hate that Brian Danielson was the one who took the pin here, but they are using it in storyline now with them coming out and saying Jack Perry defeated the Dragon. So what were you a fan of this Anarchy in the arena?
Yeah, I think this is where like I separate from like a lot of like AEW haters or people who like define themselves like that. I like this shit. I love this goofiness off the wall, the stadium stampede. I loved it. I don't care. I loved it. Not the one where Matt Hardy got concussed and still wrestled, but the other ones.
But the idea of it,
yeah, the Anarchy in the arena. This was my favorite Anarchy in the arena so far, just because it was a murder. There was a murder in the middle of the match, and then they both just walked down the ring. If you're gonna take that seriously, there's something wrong with you, not me. Something wrong with you. The guy drove in and the car exploded, and then they both walked, and then that guy got set on fire, and that guy won the match. Like, that's ridiculous. While the other guy was suspended upside down for what looked like an hour, while Bryan Danielson was getting all his shit in. Like, that was ridiculous. Bryan Danielson was doing the running knees and doing the yes chants. It's like, can you save the guy dying above the ring? If you think about it logically, it's awful. But if you just enjoy it for what it is, it's great. So I thought it was great because I can enjoy it. I can get lost in the bullshit sometimes.
I'm not going to lie to you, Bob. I completely forgot he was hung upside down.
Yeah. Well,
there was so much that happened in that match. I forgot about that completely.
You messaged me. I think he's legit out. I think he was too. I think the blood went to his head. Bryan Danielson, the Young Bucks are both down. Just kind of pull him down. Like, it was unbelievable. It was crazy. But other than
I had a blast. Watching it, dude.
Yeah, I did too. And it was goofy as hell. And that's the one thing. It's like, I wish there was more seriousness in the promos following it. In the match.
See, I disagree. No, let's move forward to Dynamite. I disagree. Okay. I think the way the Elite were presented on Wednesday, I thought was, this is exactly who I want them to be. Like, I want Okada joking to the audience and saying like three words that makes everybody laugh. Like, is this a dream when he sees the new car?
He told the audience to shut up, bitches. Okada,
shut up, bitches. Him crying that he got a new car. Like Matthew and Nicholas Jackson being as smarmy as they are. Like, I loved Nick Jackson said like the new shoes, the pump up shoes. He said the best selling Reeboks in the last few years, and he said it as if that was a big thing. And then the camera cuts to him, and he's smiling at his own joke because he knows it's like a stupid thing to say. But I think they're playing it to perfection. I really enjoyed it. I love that they went over, and I love for the future of that company.
First, before we move on from their Dynamite segment, what do you think of Christopher Daniels as this Adam Pearce light guy, like the GM? I don't think it's a good thing because if it means he can talk. Yeah, that's what I got. Correct. He called it Friday Night Dynamite. I'll give him a little slack there, but other than that, he can talk, and I think it's a good thing. And there's a little story behind that too, where they fired him.
Correct.
So I like that. I will give them credit for that. They're trying. It's just there's always going to be a disconnect with me with that group, I think, that I'm trying to get over.
Yeah, I get it.
But they're not my favorite personalities, if you will.
So. Speaking of disconnect, before we move on from Double or Nothing, is there anything else from that card, match specific, that stood out to you that you thought really, because there were a couple of really good matches, a couple of matches that were just there?
I thought the learning tree thing was awful. and I like Chris Jericho. I thought his match with Hook. Did you like that with Shibata and Hook? Okay,
No.
I didn't like that. I thought there was like the first hour and a half and the final hour and a half were good. There was like a middle hour that I was just looking at my screen like, why is this on pay-per-view? This could be on Rampage. There's too much match. There's too many matches. It needs to be either 2 nights or like 4 hours. You can't go 5. That's crazy, man. But other than that, no, there's nothing. The only thing I will say that I already forgot about the Swerve Strickland and Christian Cage match. I just feel like his title reign, like they need to get like, we're going to get to that. Let's get to that next when we get to that next topic.
Yeah,
but we're going to talk about
well, that was a lot of Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
I do want to say I thought the Adam Copeland Malachi Black match really paid off in spades. I thought that was a well produced, a well booked, a well executed match, and we'll talk about Adam Copeland in a second. But I didn't want to leave Double or Nothing without saying that.